proper analysis, not some kind of like bullshit, and not something that's gonna just annoy us. Kate and Jimbo. We wanna see a bit of football chat, not like the rest of the other football crap. Hey, we wanna hit it with the realness. Oh, baby. Kate and Jimbo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Kate and Jimbo, which is weird because it's 7 o'clock at night and we never stream in the evening. So this is really, really peculiar. But I hope everyone's well. We are streaming also over on Lou's channel because we have special, lovely Lou on the show tonight from Spill the Tea, Lou. So if you're in here on Kate and Jimbo, go over now and subscribe to Lou because she's a relatively new channel. So, yeah, there's the address. Do it now. And smash a like on the video.
Yeah, 500 subs.
Yeah, so we need to get her up there. But always, I'm joined by Jimbo. Jimbo, first of all, how are you doing?
Excellent, thank you. Unusual to be on here with a red.
Yeah, it's very weird to see red on the screen. We normally have no red at all, but we'll make allowances tonight. And Lou, how are you doing, my lovely?
Do you know what? I'm so much happier after that little intro. Every time I hear your intro, I was sitting here having a little dance, and then I remembered the people might not be able to see me, but you can. And I'd have a little dance to myself. It's so catchy. It's so catchy. I love it. I love it all. And I love all the pictures. So actually, it's cheered me right up. I'm in a great mood now. I could go out and have a wee drink.
That's good. We don't need to do anything else. We've cheered Lou up. We can finish the show.
Mission accomplished.
You can always convert, become a Spurs fan.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't think I could. If I haven't converted away from being a Manchester United fan now, I don't think Etton's going to turn me. I mean, if the last 15 years haven't, I think I'm good. I am loyal.
I think you're better where you are, if you want to know the truth. If it wasn't too late for me to convert, I'd be tempted. We've got Moondog in the house, so I'm going to push him out there, our amazing sponsor over at Mr. Bit Art on Etsy for all your personalised gifts and bits and bobs, placemats, coasters, mugs, anything. Moondog's just can do anything, and if you can't see what you want, then message him and he'll try his best. He's already doing things for us that we've been awkward and asked for. So yeah, do check him out. Always a massive supporter of the channel as well. But before we crack on with the show and talk about the upcoming game at the weekend, we'll have a look. And there he is. Moondog's in the house. Big up Moondog. We have got Nathan in the house, who I think is one of Lou's. It says, Viva Ronaldo. I think this is a song. I don't know how it goes, so I'm just going to let you all read it. I'm not even going to attempt to sing it. Stu said, good evening. Nice surprise to see you on at this time. Looking forward to the stream. We thought we'd try it, and if it ends up being successful, we might stick in an evening show during the week because, you know, we're normally just sitting downstairs watching telly. Anyway, Mama Flossie's here as always. Big up, Mama. Good to see you. Ronaldo turned 41 today, did he?
Must be his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Ronaldo, because I know he watches this show all the time. Looks bloody good for 41. His body's unbelievable. Apparently, he is still scoring bangers in El Nassr. So there you go.
He should be for £1 million a day.
Is that how much he earns?
1.2. I think it's 1.2 he earns a day.
Wow. Nathan, I'm with you. I thought that game last night was really boring, and it was just like Arsenal to just nick it in the last few seconds. But with less said about that lot up the road, the better. Big up, Rob. Lovely to see you as always. What else? Yes, Newcastle are playing tonight against Man City, aren't they? We do try. We try and do it so it's in your head all day and drives you mad. That way you can't forget us. Anthony's here, says, Kate, Jimbo and Lou, what a great show we have coming up. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Also, don't forget to run over and drop Lou a subscribe. Yes, please do. Good evening, Gary Ball. Good to see you. Destiny 5. I know, I think the clocks have changed because it's weird to not be here at 12:30, but, you know, We like to shake it up and make sure, see who's got their notification bells on. Big up Shem says, hey, Princess Kate and Jimbo, hope you're both well, having a lovely evening. This is a late one for you today. And hello to Lady Lou. Big up Shem, hope you're well. Luco's in the house. Steve's in the house. Big up Steve. Yes, my lipstick's always red, although it's not that red today. But I can't resist a bit of red lippy. Do the dance, says Guess.
It's just like, I was like this in the back.
I find myself singing along now. Now I know the words, I'm always singing. You three should all join Arsenal. No, thank you. Thanks, Anthony, but we're past. A 2-0 half-time expected. City look likely win, but could come back.
Because City are 2 up against Newcastle from the first.
It's 2-0, right, to City?
It's 2-0, yeah.
Oh, he's talking about tonight. I thought I'd missed something then. Yeah.
So he's talking about Newcastle with a comeback.
Yeah. I can't see anything but City progressing tonight, but then you don't know. Where is it?
What my thinking was, if you guys can come back from 2-0 down, Newcastle can come back from 2-0 down. That's my thinking. I am saying, well, I'm not slagging off Newcastle, so I'm not slagging you off either. Not yet. Not till we talk about our match. But no, I just think it was unlikely for Spurs to come back from 2-0 down against City. So if you guys have managed it, the fact that it's the same score, they're in their head going, well, the last match we were in, we were 2-0 down and the other team came back. So now we're 2-0 up again. What if the other team comes back? I reckon it's in their heads. And you already know what I think about Pep, so...
And yeah, we do. And to be fair, though, Newcastle can't buy an away win at the minute, can they? That's the saving grace I'm hanging on to because we've got them in a couple of weeks. So
yeah, they do struggle away from home. I just see if it's City Arsenal in the final, like what everyone was talking about before the quarters were even played. I just don't want it to be predictable. Even if I didn't hate City, I'd be like, oh, I wanted it to be Newcastle Chelsea. I didn't want anyone that was supposed to go through. So that's
it'd be interesting to see where it goes. Still not as good looking as Jim, says Moondog. I don't know what he's after, but big up Moondog. Thank you for the super chat. Paul G, been a member for 21 months. Unbelievable loyalty. Thank you. And says, evening all, come on you Spurs. Anthony says, everyone keeps saying Arsenal made last night boring. Arsenal wasn't the club that had to win. The media narrative sucks towards my club. Chelsea played a back five in a game they had to win. You know what annoyed me about Chelsea? They never got it in the box. They were just shooting from outside the box. There was
you know what annoyed me about Chelsea? I felt like they didn't even bloody try. I've said nothing but nice things about Liam Rosenio from he's come in. I've been very supportive of the man. I've given him props. I've said we shouldn't judge a book by his cover. He's very assertive. He did so well at halftime in the previous match, turned it around unbelievably. I said he's learned from starting Garnacho. He knows not to start Garnacho anymore. I thought, right, game on. And to be fair, don't tell anyone, I actually agree with Anthony about Arsenal because to be fair, Arsenal were winning. Chelsea were the team that needed to score. And I just felt like they didn't even try. I was like, honestly, just try. If you're going to lose, does it really... I know they're saying about not being embarrassed. Do you see if you're going to lose? In a cup competition, there is no goal difference. Nobody cares by how many. You lose or you win. So you might as well bloody try. Do you know what I mean? I just thought they needed a boot up the backside.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Were the first half to take it easy, then go for it the second half. We didn't start going for it until there was about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, very disappointing. Big up Nippon. Good to see Anthony for ages. I hope you're doing well. First goal is crucial indeed, Destiny. Indeed it is. 4-1 Newcastle win tonight. There you go, you heard it here first. Steve says, I meant Spurs 2, Man City game 2. And Spurs was 2-0 down to draw 2-2 on Sunday. I meant this game. And who was the best player for Spurs? For me, on Sunday, I think Xavi Simons was the best. Even though Solanke scored the goals, I think everything good came through him. But
Galini was brilliant. Conor Gallagher was brilliant.
I was just going to say there's a lot of players. A lot of players were good. No, the Irish lass Lou is a Manchester United fan. not a gooner.
I'm just going to have to sit like this for the whole street. Do you know what it is? We're only home from work. So do you know when you get in from work and the house is that cold feeling? We have the heating to come on before we get in, but it still has that nobody's been here all day feeling.
Yeah.
So this is my little room and nobody comes in here. So if I'm not here, there's no heat in this room. So I have my cardigan on because I'm cool. But as the room heats up, I might just take it off. It's a strip show now.
There you go. Paul says, you're right about Chelsea, Kate, and you do always have to shoot in and around the box. Yeah, but you know what I mean? They were just taking mad pot shots from outside the box. They weren't working it into the area.
They weren't getting close.
Yeah, it was a bit rubbish. Oh, I was at the game. I feel it was quiet and end. I just thought it was boring.
No, in the first half, because the reason I agree with the first half is because at one point I was like, nobody has control. It's back and forth. And both keepers before halftime had to make really good saves. In the first half, or at the very start of the first half, Kepa had to make a good save. Or no, Sanchez, because I was like, oh, Sanchez gets all the criticism and he's after keeping the minute. And then at the end of the first half, Kepa had to make a good save. And then I thought the second half was dross.
Yeah,
I was expecting the second half to be better and it got worse.
It was abysmal, the second half, literally awful. Destiny says, I'll be honest, he's right. If that was Man United, the media would glorify such a defensive performance.
I don't think we get glorified for anything.
Andy Clark says, big up, Kate and Jimbo, come on, you gooners. Johnny says, seeing that rat Garnacho get humbled put a smile on my face.
Yeah, I mean, he's been... I didn't understand he likes taking players on, but he kept passing the ball back. It was so frustrating watching him.
What Johnny is referring to, though, is before the match, Garnacho came out and said, he was asked, about the potential of beating Arsenal, and he said, well, if Manchester United can come here and do it, we can do it easy. That's what people are annoyed about, because it's like, what is your problem? Just shut your mouth and do your job. So that's why people are like, do you know what? Get humbled. Because why would you say that? Like, we're living rent free. Just like go play for your new team, enjoy it, help them win. And when see if he hadn't done all the things he done and run his mouth, a lot of United fans would have wished him well. But see this just running his mouth, and he's gone a long time. He's not been with us. Like, why are you saying that? And now it's quotes that just don't age well. So that I would say is what Johnny's referring to, because
Yeah, I didn't know he said that, but I don't know why they open their mouths. It always bites them on the backside, unless you're Ange and you do always win things in your second season. Of course. Harold says Newcastle can actually do something. However, City might do a madness and win 6-0. I usually follow my Norwegians, but I just don't care about Man City unless Haaland scores. Fair enough. And he's due a goal, isn't he?
No, he's on the bench.
There we go. Nathan says, hi, Kate and Jimbo. I feel Cutie, Romero and Van der Ven are leaving Spurs, mostly in summer. So will you please offer Romero to Real Madrid for free? I think there's some truth in that comment. I don't even want to go into Tottenham. I don't want to go into the transfer window today. I don't want to touch on any of the shit that we've had to put up with over the last couple of days. I'm going to just save that for another show. Today is all about Saturday morning. But yeah, I think there's some truth in what you said there. Evening board, Dave boy. Good to see you. Ben Bryant's here, says big up Kate and Jim, much love always. Strange watching you at this time of day. It's strange being here. It's past my bedtime. VDV to Liverpool loaded, quite possibly. Who knows? Like I say, I'm not going into the transfer window because I could just rant on and on and on and on, and we wouldn't get anything done. But Saturday morning, 12:30, Tottenham face Manchester United in a massive game, particularly for Spurs. A massive must-win for Spurs. If I put that up, can people hear me still?
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't let me add it as a slide, so I've had to just put it as an overlay.
I can hear you.
Good. Man United sitting in fourth place with 41 points. Tottenham sitting in 14th place with 29 points. Recent form, Manchester United 1-1-1, obviously under Carrick. Lost before then to Brighton and Hove Albion, and drew with Burnley. Tottenham's form is like it has been all season. Drew against City, won against Frankfurt, drew against Burnley, won against Dortmund, lost against West Ham. Jim, what was that stat you said earlier? How many games have we won? What was it? You
In
said
13 months, we've won 4 home games.
yeah. But we are away, which is good. Now, Lou, on the face of it, how do you see this game going? Are you going in? Obviously, Carrick's come in. United already look better, but could it be a false dawn, or are you going in with full of confidence for this game?
Well, the first thing, and this is what I do, no matter who the opposition is, the first thing I do is I go and I look to see who the referee is. And have you looked who the referee is?
No.
It's Michael Oliver.
Right.
So I have no idea what's about to happen because the man's a maniac and he hates us. So it could be anything. You just could get 2 penalties and we could get a red card. You could be playing against 9 men by 10 minutes in with Michael Oliver. But on a real, I think it's very hard to tell because obviously we had this with Ollie and everybody knows I absolutely just love Ollie. I love him. But what I loved about him is it felt like United. It was fast-paced. It was attacking. The players knew what they were doing. We obviously went, he won 14 of his first 19 games. He statistically has the best ever interim manager record in the Premier League, genuinely, that's a factual statement. And then obviously the wheels fell off. But for me, the wheels fell off because of the board that was in place at the time and player power. I think there was extenuating circumstances. I don't think that Ollie just suddenly became a bad manager after doing, oh, thank you so much. I don't feel like Ollie just suddenly became really bad. So yes, I am going to complain about Michael Oliver. They absolutely did not. Sir Alex Ferguson carried us, along with Roy Keane and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and all the wonderful players we had. Okay,
and Fergie
nothing
time.
To do with and Fergie time. Do you know what it is? That all Michael Carrick needs. He's already got the collar. All he needs is the chewing gum, and it's going to be good. But so I think people are saying, "Oh, it's a new manager bounce. It's going to wear off. It's you've got your lucky 3, and then that's I don't think it is a bounce, being honest with you. For me, it's not a bounce. For me, it's a return to what we were doing before that worked. I don't feel like, see if Amram come in and suddenly we're doing super. I'm like, that's a bounce because we've done something completely different. It's not sustainable, really. We don't have the right players for it. Oh, thank you guys so much. You're so good. Thank you. So I feel like for me, it's not a bounce. He's changed things. It's not that he's come in and they like him, so we're doing better. He has changed things tactically. He has changed things in the way we set up. He has changed the man. The man management is clearly so different. Obviously, he's changed the system. We're back to 4 at the back, which is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so for me, it's not a bounce in the traditional sense of the word. It's not we've got happy and got good. We've gone back to what worked. We've gone back to what worked under Ollie. We see this everywhere. To be fair, I'm not sure the roof has ever stopped leaking. I'm not sure we can claim that. So I actually think, for me, the big test for him wasn't City and Arsenal. It was Fulham. So the fact that we did well with Fulham actually gives me more confidence coming into the match with you guys. What concerns me is we tend to win the matches that we don't expect to win. The minute we start to feel a little bit of confidence is the minute that we go, oh no, that's when they all fall apart. When we start to think maybe they can do it, they're like, no, we can't. I think we're going to win. But that makes me worried. Because when I think we're going to win, it goes wrong. So I'm concerned about thinking we're going to win.
Yeah, I'm like that. If I feel confident, we normally lose.
Yeah.
Jimbo, before I go into some stats and facts about the game, how are you feeling going into this one? Obviously, Tottenham, we all know. Well, you don't know. You literally don't know what you're going to get. Been good in the Champions League, terrible in the Premier League, but we've still got second or third best away record in the Premier League. How are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, not worried at all.
Can I just say, this is for Hassan. Carry on, Jimbo.
No, I'm not worried at all. We're playing Man United. We've got a good record against them. No, I'm not saying we're going to smash them. It's going to be easy. But we've got a good record against them. The boys should go in confident. And we're playing away. We play better away than we do at home. And look, Carrick's definitely galvanised them and made them a much, much better unit. I mean, I haven't watched all their games since he's been there. But we did watch one, didn't we? What one did we watch? Was it the Arsenal? What's the Arsenal one?
Yeah, now Hassan, quite exactly.
I'm sorry to interrupt on Jimbo's time. See this fraud in here, I like Lou and Jimbo. He said the other day on his stream, and he doesn't know that I heard him, I would laugh if Manchester United went into liquidation. Well, sorry, hun, no chance whatsoever. And that's not banter. You're on the bad list. You are on the shit list. So you can like me all you want, but we're not friends right now. Liquidation my backside. You can say like you want us to finish 15th again. Liquidation, nah, that's too far. I wouldn't even make you a cup of tea. I wouldn't laugh if Liverpool went into liquidation. I mean, I might pop a bottle of champagne, but I wouldn't laugh. So
I think they're stuck. You're stuck, Kate.
I was glad you said that. I didn't know if it was just me. I was like, let's just casually carry on and see if she comes back. But no, she's do you know what? If she's stuck, at least she looks very happy while she's stuck. That's the face she wants to have after the match, so it is.
Yeah, I hope so. It's definitely galvanised them, made them a stronger unit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a hard game for both. But the only thing that really puts me off is that I don't know who's going to be available. We've got so many injuries.
Yeah, there was one point you had 14 players out when was it the European? Yeah, it was crazy numbers. Like we're more or less okay other than Mason Mount. So I do think your injuries and stuff could be a massive influence on the game. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know about Van der Ven.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know about Romero. Who else is there? We're not sure about. Well, I know Spencer's definitely out. Coro's definitely out.
He's of a load of them.
Until game day, we don't know who's going to be in the squad.
Last minute fitness tests and stuff. And see, that's hard because how can you, like, say when you're practicing your set pieces and your tactics and you're practicing, what to do in this situation, how can you practice when you don't even know who's going to be available? Do you know what I mean? That's very difficult. And obviously the tactics somewhat have to suit the players that you have available. So if you don't know who you're going to have available, you're making really last minute tweaks, which means then you need a bit of luck on your side as well. Like for us, really, we have Mason Mount out, but he is just perpetually out. So that makes no difference to us whatsoever. And we have De Ligt still out. And De Ligt is a massive miss for us, but he's also been out for a large part of the season already. So we've established how to play without him. Maguire is having such a renaissance. He's been fantastic. Martinez is so good for us. And behind them, we have Heaven and Yarrow, who are both very good. Heaven is unbelievable. I would have no qualms about starting Heaven. And that's not because we're playing Spurs. It's because Heaven's really, really good. So actually, I think our back line is something that's quite solid other than Dalot. I'm not a fan of Dalot. Dalot's not for me. I'm hoping we might start Mazraoui because I think he's better defensively. And if we do that, we're quite solid at the back. You go.
I've got no internet on my laptop, so I'm going to take my iPad.
Would you want to use this one? Sit there.
No.
You sure? I'll sit next to you.
No, I'll use it.
Sure?
Yeah.
All right. She's had to get her iPad.
Do you know what's wrong? It's my fault, Jimbo, because on my channel, I have a string of technical difficulties. I break everything I touch. So my gremlins have clearly crawled into Kate's computer and they were like, no, we're just doing everything. So it's my bad luck with technology that is passed along to Kate.
I don't know if that's me or you, Lou.
It's glitching.
Can anyone tell me if it's me or Lou?
I can see you.
You froze.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if it's me
or
the
you. Gremlins.
Yeah, probably. What's that? Come on, Kate, let's see a couple stream with Jimbo. So, well, look, it's going to be a difficult game. I think that if I had to put percentages on it, I would just give you the upper hand because of our injuries. But with Tottenham, you just don't know. You know, sometimes we put a team out and everybody's moaning, right? And then they play absolutely fantastic. So we'll just have to wait and see. Well, you're right, babe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It's like literally completely broken. It's
I
like,
think it's my gremlins, Kate, because honestly, every time I'm on a stream, something breaks on me. So it's probably my fault. Sorry.
I think it's Hassan because he came in and it's all gone wrong. So I'm blaming Hassan. But I do apologise. I don't know what's gone on. I literally can't even get a network come up
Oh
to
my
choose
goodness.
from. So I'm on the iPad, which I think means if I do this, oh, maybe it doesn't. But yeah, I don't even know what you was talking about. Did you mention all our injuries, Jimbo?
We was
Yeah.
talking about our injuries, and Lou was saying who they had available.
Yeah.
Have you got
So
many out, Lou?
only Mason Mount, who's always out, and Delit, who's been out for a large part of the season. So other than that, we're pretty much fully fit. What I was saying there to Jimbo is like our back line is really, really solid. Luke Shaw has started every single match so far this season. And he's got an international tournament coming up that he wants to play in. So I reckon Luke Shaw's fit for the rest of the season. And when he's fit, he's very, very good. Yeah, they are 100%. We have then in the middle, like we have Licha Martinez and we have Maguire, who's having such a renaissance, so solid. And behind them, we have Aiden Heaven and Yarrow, if needed, who are both very, very good players. I hope we play Mazraoui instead of Dalot because I am not a fan of Dalot. And really, I think he should have been sold several seasons ago. We kept him. We had the choice between him or Wan-Bissaka. One of them was going to be moved on. We moved on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the defender, because he was too defensive. And we wanted our defender to be attacking, so we kept Dalot. And I just thought, isn't that intelligent? It's like when we bought Onana. We bought a goalkeeper for his ball-playing ability, but then he couldn't keep. And it's like, maybe you should check they can do their basic function before they can do the add-ons. Like, I don't need a car with, like, the top of the range, like, sat-nav if the wheels don't work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope we play Mazraoui, but otherwise, I think our back line is pretty good. Casemiro is going to go out with a bang. He's leaving us at the end of the season. He's on one to make it his mission to get us Champions League football. Obviously, Mainu's back in the side. So, like, the whole way for just this back to the normal lineup, players back to their original positions. Obviously, then, like, Bruno is back in number 10, which is fantastic. We've Cunha. So, obviously, Dorgu being injured is a big thing for us because he was on such a hot streak. Shem is on it, agreeing with me, talking about my gremlins. We're pals now. That's it. I've stolen. But he's right. I think Amorim just he wasn't getting the best out of the players. Carrick's come in, put them back in their normal position, put us back in a formation that we know, and he's playing the way we normally play to the player's strengths. He's literally done the simplest things. I could have went in and done that, but look how effective it is. He's like, go and do the things you're good at. It's magical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And can I ask you a question?
You can.
Would you be more worried to see Sesko or Mbumo in the 9? Because obviously we've done both in the last few games.
Mbumo.
Me too.
Yeah.
If I was you, me too.
Yeah, I think he's such a good player. I was gutted we didn't get him off before you. I think he's brilliant. And Cunha as well. We're seeing the Cunha from Wolves now.
And that's it. Cunha's starting. I was saying when it was under Amorim, I did so many match reactions being like, Cunha has the most shots in every match of every player on the pitch. He has all the shots, but he was just missing them. They were going everywhere. And I said, he has got to be more clinical. All of a sudden, he's clinical. He's like, boom. See if we've Cunha and Mbumo firing. Honestly, we're unreal. I'm talking myself into this here. By the end of the video, we're going to be on a title chart.
I saw someone, I can't find the actual message, but someone said about Van der Ven and someone else, depends how they are.
Yes, and Romero.
Yeah,
Solanke. That's who it was.
Solanke, I
Solanke.
think he's going to be fine. I don't know if you covered that, Jim, but I think Solanke's going to be fine. Van
Okay.
de Ven, I heard that it could be ligament damage, but nothing has come out since. So I'm not sure.
Did he get injured in that tackle, Kate, a few matches ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was ligament damage because I think I was on X scrolling and I saw it, and I think it was ligament damage in the ankle. Have you got ligaments in your ankle? Lower down on his leg anyway. Yeah. I think that's what it was.
And of course, our next best is Kevin Danso, who I think is brilliant, and he has now gone out injured as well. Jed Spencer's now gone out injured as well. Ben Davis, Porro, the list goes on and on. So it's going to be a very makeshift team. However, what Thomas Frank did against City, I don't think anyone can underestimate just how good that was, considering the players that we've got at the minute. So it's going to be interesting to see what team he puts out. Big up Dermot, big up behind the dugouts, big up Roddy.
Roddy. Nice to see Roddy. I haven't seen Roddy in a long while. Roddy and I used to be on a different channel. Yeah.
What was your centre-back pairing against City? Did we have Archie Gray? Jim, I think you're on mute. Either that or I just literally can't hear you.
No, I can't hear him.
Mr. When Dragusin in there, he put Paulinho in there.
Yes, Dragusin and Paulinho, yeah. But, you know the other thing, Lou, I mean, I don't know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Romero's come out again this week. I don't know if you've seen and criticised the board.
I haven't seen what he said. I knew he made more comments and I covered his first set on the channel, but I haven't actually seen what he said the second time.
Right, well, what he's basically come out and said is a really good win or a really good performance against City to draw. So proud of the boys, particularly as we are only down to 11 fit players, which is disgraceful, right? But he's written it in his he's put Argentinian words in, and apparently, disgraceful in Argentinian actually means what was the word? Unfortunate. That's what they're coming out with now. But then yesterday it also broke from a Spanish journalist that Romero is leaving in the summer. But how do you feel about that sort of players coming out openly against the board?
It's see, because obviously the situation we're in with the Glazers and the board that we have and the previous board that we have that were even worse than the ones we currently have, it has happened previously where a lot of United fans have asked, she's just left us. She doesn't want to talk to us at all. She's had enough.
I've changed to the laptop.
You're back in. She's keeping us on our toes is what she's doing. She's doing a Spurs. She's like, am I over here? Am I over there? Is Kate playing today? The thing is, you can't plan for that. But I do think it's a bit mental. I think it's things that need to be said, but probably not the person that needs to be saying them. And I watched the first time when he came out with the comments and he said, you know, as the captain, I feel that so he's taken on a leadership role, which he was given. And he's obviously not only speaking for himself, because when he says, as the captain, I feel I need to say this, it means he's speaking for more than one person. He's speaking for more than just him. And I think because of the situation of Thomas Frank, where essentially it's a matter of time before he gets sacked, because unless he goes and does something unbelievable, the chances are sometimes when you go too far, there is no going back. And I think with Frank, he's gone so far, there's no going back. So I think at some point it is inevitable that Frank is going to be sacked. And I think then maybe Romero was thinking, well, the manager's word probably doesn't carry, that's a terrible stat, probably doesn't carry as much weight as it should because he's going to be leaving anyway. So nobody's going to take Frank seriously. Therefore, I, as the captain, my word as a permanent fixture is going to carry more weight, and therefore I need to lead from the front. So I can understand he's probably putting the sentiments of not only a lot of the players, but a lot of the fans out there. I'm sure a lot of your fans probably agree with what he's saying. And I think I can understand why he feels it's the right thing to do. but I don't think it helps. I don't think it helps. I think it undermines the manager when your captain is saying these things, because even though he's not directly insulting the manager, he's basically, it's like if you have a problem in work and you go to HR instead of your boss, you're skipping a step. So I think he's actually undermining the manager even more than he's already undermined. And I just think it shows upheaval. You're muted.
I'm having a mare. Do you know what? When I say we have had the day from hell today, it's not even an exaggeration. So anything's possible could happen. My computer could actually just set fire and it wouldn't surprise me. A lot of what he's saying is spot on. However, I don't like it when players speak out. I think it really sets a bad precedent. And the fact that he's done it multiple times now and never been fined, I think that shows a real lack of leadership from Thomas Frank, really. Yeah. But like you say, I think the writing's on the wall for Thomas Frank. I do think he'll be here till the end of the season, but I think this is the reason, one of the reasons why money wasn't spent in the transfer window, and that will certainly be the reason that the board use. And I think there's a lot of rumours today that the board are looking to sell the club as well. So we'll see. But it all, like you say, all points to unrest at Spurs, which is never good.
The thing is, Kate, it's all right everyone's saying Romero's leaving at the end of the season. He's just signed a new contract. You can't just walk out of the club. If they don't want to sell him, and then he's staying. But I think that it's going to be a lot to do with what manager we got and what players they try and get in. So if players want to leave or go. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you're playing for Spurs after this window, you'd be very, very dejected, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, we need help all over the pitch, and they just haven't done it. So he was obviously made promises when he signed his contract, because he come out and said they were liars and then retracted it.
Yeah.
So,
I will say, it's the kind of thing I can see Bruno doing. Just when you're saying, you know, as the captain, he was made promises, Bruno, when he signed his new contract as our captain, was made promises. And I very much feel like if he felt those promises weren't being kept, I absolutely believe Bruno would come out and do exactly what Romero has done. And to be honest with you, I'd be fuming. I can look at it. Yeah, everybody loves a bit of Mbeumo and Cunha at the minute. Yeah, but like, cool. And on the outside, when it's not happening in my club, I can be very rational about it. If that was Bruno coming out talking like that, I'm like, get back in your box. We have a manager for a reason. While I appreciate your sentiment, it's not your place and you're not helping. I think you hit the nail on the head, though. I think when he wasn't fined the first time, you're basically telling him that's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's so cute. Thank you all. So yeah, I don't think it can help your dressing room. And like, again, we've been going through that for so many years, and we've actually finally, Carrick has brought a bit of stability for us. But I do feel that when your captain is coming out saying stuff like that, when you've so many injuries, when there's upheaval, when you're potentially going to be sold, when all of this is happening, people say, you know, block out the noise, go and play on the pitch. But I'll be honest, you can't. They're only humans. They're only humans. Of course it's going to be in their heads. What I would suggest, though, for me, Romero coming out and saying these things, to me, would be an indication that he's going to stay. And the reason I would say that is because, by my logic, he's saying it because he feels that Frank's word won't carry any weight because he's not going to be there. Well, if he's not going to be there either, what's the difference in him saying it? My thing is, you know, when you're in a relationship and it's going bad and you're fighting to try and, you know, keep going and make it work, when you stop fighting is when you're going to leave. So for me, Romero's still fighting. He's fighting for it to get better. You're not doing that if you know you're going to leave. So to me, it's actually a sign of staying.
That's me and Jim. We're always fighting to try and make it work. We've been fighting for a long time, but we're just hanging in there, aren't we, Jimbo? Big old Destiny says we should sing his name and back our captain, even though he can be a liability. Like, I'm all for always singing the players' names. Big up to everyone who come in as well that I didn't say hello to. If Poch comes back, it will need to be given the tools to do the rebuild he wanted to do. Do you know what? I think Romero and Poch, it's just,
And Van der Ven. But see, there was a lot of talk that Van der Ven wanted to go, but his camp said they come out and said that he's happy at Tottenham and he's got no intentions of going. So,
Roddy, this is wholly unacceptable. Do not steal our Pochettino song. Do not even try and do it. Please. PFCTV says, question for Kate and Jimbo. If Frank leaves, who would you like? Poch.
Yeah, I think Poch as well. I like De Zerbi, but I think there'd be a lot of clashes with the board.
I think what people are saying is true. Poch is the scratch that needs to be itched, and no matter what, unless we bring him back, every single time a manager gets sacked, says Poch. So if he comes back and it doesn't work, at least he had the opportunity.
Yeah, do you know what, Kate? I think it's already done.
Oh, please.
I do.
I need
It's
something
the craziest thing in football, do you know, if it's already organised.
Yeah.
And I think that is another reason, right, that they never bought anyone this window.
But they know how Poch plays, so it wouldn't have been able to buy players for Poch.
Well, they've got Gallagher. Conor
yeah,
Gallagher.
with Gallagher, Poch loves Gallagher.
I honestly believe that was a big part of them not buying no one. But I think Poch is coming back, and they're going to do the buys in the summer window.
Yeah. Man United are winless in their last 6 league games against Tottenham Hotspur, drawn 3, lost 3. Their joint longest ever run without a win against them. I don't know why, but Tottenham seem to own Manchester. It's just weird. Tottenham won this exact fixture 3-0 last season. Only once have they won consecutive away games against United in the Premier League, doing so in January 2014. Tottenham are unbeaten in their last 8 meetings with Manchester United in all competitions, winning 5, drawing 3. It's their longest ever run without defeat against them, whilst in the 21st century, only Chelsea have gone longer against Manchester United, which was 12 games between 2012 and 2017. Lou, when you see those stats, does that make you nervous, or do you think, like I usually say, everything's there to be broken? They don't really mean anything.
Do you know what it is? See, if they were in our favour, I'd be like, yes, absolutely, factual statements, 100% correct. See, because they're not in our favour, I'm like, do you know what? That's why I don't like stats. Like, I'm not one of those fans that's like, I try to be impartial and unbiased. I try to be very, sensible. Absolutely not. Do you know what it is? That's just nonsense. It's all nonsense, because Carrick wasn't here. It's a new game. Every game's a new game. Every day is a new day. And do you know what? We were under Amram for a lot of those fixtures. And then before that, we were under Eric Ten Hag. So to be fair, I'm not surprised we've lost a whole heap of them. But if I do my best, it doesn't look good, does it? I mean, that's a lot of very high numbers of unbeaten and the last 6. And I don't like the look of that. And I think we need to change it. Do you know what, though? I'm going through the roller coaster as we're talking, because at the start I was like, no, I think we're going to win. And now I'm like, we've won 3 in a row. 2 of them were City and Arsenal. It's only a matter of time before our players take a nap, because eventually they're going to take a nap, because they always do. What I did like, people, anybody who's watched me are going to be laughing. I did read a thing that Carrick had been speaking to Ollie, and not that Ollie's telling him what to do, or he's, being the manager from the background, or nothing like that, but that they had spoken, and that he understands he always has the support of Ollie, and he can speak to him anytime he needs. And I think if you have the best ever interim manager in the Premier League on speed dial, and you can call him at any point, and you're feeling a wobble, I think that can only be a good thing. So I think it's just another tool in Carrick's toolbox. Okay, I'm talking myself around here. We were winning the league 10 minutes ago, and now I'm like, oh, maybe we're going to sleep. And then I keep thinking, every time I'm like, no, we can do it. And then like Michael Oliver.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any excuse. I think we should win. I think you guys are decimated. Your club is in upheaval. Your manager's going to be sacked. He's literally in the middle of walking the plank.
Yeah.
Your captain, whether what he's saying is correct or not, is out there doing a madness.
Causing a shit show.
And we are as settled as we could possibly be. We, for the most part, have our starting 11. The problem is our bench. If we get any injuries, we have exactly 0 squad depth that isn't under 23 or a backup goalkeeper. So I think if the first 11 can't do the business and you guys come out with you hit us, like if you start off fast, I think we might panic a little bit because I think we're going to be growing in confidence, like the team, and they're going to expect to do well. And see, when they expect to do well and they don't, they panic. Yeah. So what I'd be relying on then is Carrick to be like, no, get it together, lads, which I hope he can do better than Amram, but we don't know. So you could talk yourself round and round. It's like you, Kate. You talk yourself in and out of it.
Well, I think that if you don't win it, right, Carrick needs to get a rocket up their arse because we are going to be putting definitely a makeshift team out there.
Yeah.
Makeshift defence.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a makeshift team all over. You know?
Do you know what that is, though? We can't, as much as you can't plan, we can't plan. We can't plan for you because we have no idea what you're going to do. Do you know what I mean? So you might, the element of surprise, because when we had Arsenal, so Arsenal was Carrick's first game, and everyone was like, well, that can be a good thing too, because nobody knows at all what Carrick's going to do. He's not had a match before. So the unknown might actually benefit you in the end because we can't plan for it.
Yeah, this is true. It is true. It's really difficult to predict what's going to happen. Where do I think Spurs will finish? I'm going for round about where we are, 13th, 14th. I don't see us getting. But if we had a full team, I'd be more optimistic. But we've got so many injuries, and when they say 4 weeks for Porro, with our medical team, it normally ends up being 3 months. So I think round about where we are.
I think a lot of it's going to be to do with confidence. You know, we just took a 2-2 from a 2-0 down. If we can get a draw or a win at United, it'd be a good result.
But also it's momentum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll build confidence. And then we've got Newcastle, right?
Yeah, at home. And then Arsenal at home.
We've got
and
Newcastle
the thing is, with Newcastle, it depends how they do against City tonight, what they're going into it like as well. So that's a really good point, Jimbo.
And then Arsenal at home, look.
Anything could happen in that game.
Look, let's be honest. I can't remember the last time we beat Arsenal. So I'm just going to say whatever we get out of that is going to be a bonus. Because I can't remember the last time we beat them. When was it? So it was...
It was a while. I think...
Yeah. So whatever we get, that's a bonus for me.
Yeah. And
then we move on to Fulham and Palace.
Yeah.
Well, Palace are fairly falling apart. So that's one to look forward to.
Yeah, 2021 it was, Jimbo.
Yeah, that's what Anthony said.
Bruno Fernandes has more assists than any other Premier League player this season with 12. Also his joint best tally in a single campaign level with 21-22. Massively, Jimbo is absolutely, I can't even explain how much Jimbo detests Bruno Fernandes. Literally, I can't explain it. But for me, I think he's so underrated. His numbers year on year on year are phenomenal. And no matter how much you despise him, and he is so irritating, I just want to smash his face in.
The last time I despised someone like him was John Terry.
Yeah, but his numbers can't be argued with.
I despise Bruno Fernandes more, and I'll tell you why. Because John Terry weren't a whinger on the pitch. Bruno Fernandes, he whinges, he whines, he begs the ref, he rolls on the floor, he gets touched, he rolls around 20 times, screaming. Off the ball, someone bumps into him, he rolls over. Do you know what? I think as a role model on the pitch, I think he's disgusting. I do.
I have to say, I'm probably the wrong United fan for this conversation. David, wherever he is going to be, his ears are going to be burning because David loves Bruno. David loves Bruno. I'm not Bruno's biggest fan for exactly what you've just said. See the crying and the rolling around and the dramatics and see all this. I'm like, I talk with my hands. I'm quite an expressive person, so I can understand that. But see the moaning and the whining and the crying and the honestly, I'm just like, just stop it, man, stop it. But you know when I feel guilty then? So I follow all the players on like Instagram and stuff, and it was his little girl's birthday yesterday, and he genuinely seems like a lovely person. He seems like he's really, really kind and nice, and I saw footage of him in the tunnel with all the different mascots, and he seems like a really lovely person. Player, he's a pain in the backside. I would love to just shake him, but his talent in the number 10 is undeniable, even for the likes of me, who isn't his number one fan. And he is top. He has 12 assists so far this season. The next after him has 7. And then the next after him is somebody who's injured at the minute, so they're not catching him. See you soon, Anthony. And the all-time record is 20 in a season. I would suggest he's on track to beat that. And that was Thierry Henry. So you can't really... I mean, it's hard to knock him, even if he's a pain in the backside. It's hard.
It annoys me because I think he's blessed with such an amazing talent, but I think he's a cheat because he just will do anything to win. But if he was in my team, I'd probably love him. I know you wouldn't, Jim, but I
wouldn't want him in our team. Look, I don't know about him off the pitch, right? So he is probably a nice guy, but I hate players that act like him, you know, that just fall over and roll around 20 times, which is most footballers nowadays. But he just carries it on. I mean, he was trying to get a penalty one game, right? And that was in the first half. In the second half, he was still moaning at the ref about it. It's
he
like,
does that. He really does.
You know?
But that's where it gets annoying.
Yeah, it gets in their face and he's begging and I just think, I wouldn't want him in our team. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Because I'll
be honest, if I was a referee, I'd send him off the pitch just so he couldn't whine at me. Honestly, I'd be like, yellow for you just for being annoying.
He's very annoying. I mean, Terry says it's because he's not attractive to look at. No, I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think it's just because he's a dick.
I'll be honest, I don't know what Terry would know about United players. You'd be better asking him about Martin Odegaard or something like that. I wouldn't ask Terry about United.
I mean, Kate, tell you, I scream at the telly at our players when they roll around. I just hate footballers that try and get free kicks for nothing. If they get tapped in the ankle, get up and play football. You know, not begging the ref and trying to get them a card. And
the thing is, it's not our way. It's not the way we would have played before. Do you know what I mean? It's not it's not a normal United tactic. It's a very City type of tactic. To be fair, what I'll say is it is I notice a lot of the kind of Portuguese, Spanish, that region players, they do it. So I think it's kind of norm. It's what they're growing up with, probably in their academies, when they're playing as kids, when they're, progressing, it's learned, it's probably trained into them. And the other thing that I'll say is that we've seen, and again, I did a video on this, we've seen a few things where the player has been injured or hurt, or it was a bad tackle, and the player that got hurt or tackled didn't overreact, and therefore the person that committed the foul doesn't get punished. There's no penalty, there's no free kick, there's no yellow card. And I think because of poor refereeing, in some instances, players feel that they have to ham it up, because if they're honest and they don't, like Patrick Dorgu, he told the referee last year, I can't remember who the opposition was, but we were awarded a penalty. And he was like, no, that wasn't a penalty. I'm actually fine. And then this season, he was taken out of it and he jumped straight back up. And the other player got nothing. And it was a clear yellow card. And so I think we're actually training we're training the players to be like this. I think it's partly not our fault, obviously, but I think it's partly the referee's fault because they're not doing their job properly. So while I don't like it, I can actually see why they do it, which is not good because I shouldn't understand it at all.
But back in during the war, back in the 70s and 80s, right, in football, they used to play with broken arms, fractured arms, broken jaws, and you know what? The tackles they used to get they get straight back up, and
even Roy Keane's era,
and
Vieira, you know, they proper got it. You know what I mean? It's like,
and maybe what I'm like I am because I was brought up with that.
Yeah.
And when I see the way they act now, honestly, I just think to myself, I can't say the word on here, but I just think to myself, honestly, it rolls me something bad. And I'm the same with our players when they're rolling around on the floor. I'm screaming at the telly, just get up and play football. You know?
I make an exception for Casemiro, but Casemiro doesn't roll around and be dramatic. Casemiro cheats, but he's so intelligent. He's so clever. He's sneaky with it. And then it doesn't annoy me as much. Like, I think it's the way he does it. I think it's the dramatics of it. Like, sometimes I see Casemiro doing stuff and I can see what he's doing. He's clearly cheating, but he's so clever. It's not dramatic. It's not like a hissy fit. It's not a whinge fest. It's just clever. And that doesn't annoy me then because I'm like, it just feels different.
Yeah.
Whereas I find when Bruno does it, it reminds me a bit of like when we played City, one of them literally threw themselves on the ground. Who was it? There wasn't even contact. He just went on the ground.
Yeah, I know you meant. I remember seeing it, and I can't think which player it was, but they did, and they should. There's not enough.
Should have been simulation.
Yeah, there's not enough punishment for people that fake these dives and stuff. It's outrageous.
That's going to annoy me. I'll be texting you after this. I'll be like, this was the player. I can't remember. Maybe someone in the chat will remember who it was, but it was just very irritating.
We gave 5 memberships away, and they went to Scott Colliver, Alan Leslie, Siggy Helgu, Ronnie, and my K9 for Spurs. So enjoy your membership. It may well be. And while we're there, say RIP to John Virgo as well. He died today. It was very sad. Age 79. Started thinking of Di Maria, one of the most dramatic players I can think of other than Suarez, that hurt his teeth when biting someone. That was impressive. That was unbelievable. Whatever happened to the idea we would have a panel who reviewed all the diving? I know. Isn't it ridiculous? Casemiro is the Don. He was ace on Sunday. And Flossie saying, "Hey, the lads." Sorry, Jim.
He always looks like he's smiling to me.
Yeah.
Casemiro. It looks like he's always got a smile on his face.
Going back to these stats, Man United are unbeaten in their last 7 Premier League games, winning 4, drawing 3, and have won all 3 since Michael Carrick returned. The Red Devils last won 4 in a row in February 2024 under Eric Ten Hag, when they had, while they last had a longer run without defeat in February 2022, which was 8 under Ralph Rangnick. Tottenham are winless in their last 6 Premier League games, drawing 4 and losing 2, their longest run since their last 7 in 24-25. However, 5 of Spurs' 7 league wins this season have come away from home. Cunha has been involved in 4 goals in his last 5 Premier League games, 3 goals, 1 assist, as many as in his first 16 appearances for Man United, where he had 3 goals, 1 assist. Are you pleased with Cunha? Because for me, I loved him at Wolves. Then he came to you and I was like, he got injured, I think, didn't he?
A small injury, some niggles. He was sort of in and out with niggles,
But now I'm watching him going, this is what they've bought. This is what they've been waiting for. Do you agree?
Yeah. At first, I was underwhelmed. I was like, oh. And some players, they don't make the step up. And then obviously some players come to us and we just ruin them. So, like, I was starting to get a little bit concerned because I was like, are we going to ruin him? Is this another one that we're just he's on the boil and we're going to take him off it? And then like that, I was complaining. I was saying he's in the right places for the chances. He's taking the shots, but they're to nobody and nowhere. He needs to be more clinical. And then once it clicked, It feels like that's it. It has clicked now. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like a purple patch. It feels like it's clicked.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, this is what we bought. This is what we wanted. And I think as well, more than a player, we were also buying like an attitude, an experience, an age, a mature head. We're buying like, because one thing that I will forever credit Amram for, he wasn't the guy, but I will forever, ever credit him for getting rid of the toxicity, the dross, he really cleansed that dressing room. I feel like he took a power hose to the dressing room and he just cleared it out. And then we got in like Mbumo and Cunha and people with better attitude, a whole different mentality and experience of playing in the Premier League and doing well, experience of successfully playing in the Premier League. So I think now I'm so delighted. It was exactly what we needed. I was a little bit nervy because it took him a while to get going. And now I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, okay, it's fine. No need to panic.
I think he's a very decent player and I think he's only going to get better. Jimbo, going on to one of ours, Mr. Dominic Solanke scoring twice against City last time out, scored 5 goals in his last 5 against Manchester United in all competitions. He's averaging a goal over 88 minutes in all comps this season, the best rate of any Spurs player. I mean, how important is it that we have this guy? I mean, I thought he was frigging immense against City in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we bought him, I said he's so important to the team. He's not. The only thing he was lacking was scoring because he does so much other work, holding the ball up, going back into what Kane used to do, winning the ball back in the midfield area. And he's just, for me, he's just such an important player. I saw someone say earlier, if Poch comes back, he's stuck with Solanke and Richie. Well, I think Richie will be going no matter what at the end of the season. And we want Solanke. Get another top striker up there with Solanke, and we'll be good to go. You know, obviously we've got to fill in other areas, but Solanke is so important to us. You know, and he was lacking goals, but he started doing that now. Started scoring the goals now.
Yeah, I mean, Lou, I'm going to come to you. Jimbo and I on this channel, our fan base, being the fan base that we are, really give a lot of stick for buying Solanke. And yeah, we paid, what was it, 40-something million for him. And a lot of people. How much?
Was it 65?
65 million for him. Yeah, I'm thinking Brennan. And it is a lot of money, but that isn't Solanke's fault.
No.
And I personally, and Jimbo, we've always really been advocates for this guy. And I think his work off the ball and his strength is so unappreciated. But as a rival, do you look at him and go, yeah, he's mediocre, or do you think he's better than he gets credit for?
No, I actually think he's better.
Luke, can I just say before you answer that, if you watched that first goal he scored the other day, right? The City defender, I can't pronounce his name, right?
That's it.
Kushanov.
All right, yeah, I couldn't think of it. Right, he brushed him off like he wasn't even there, and he ain't a small guy, you know. And he's so strong, Solanke. He's so important for our team. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I've been interrupting you all evening. Don't you worry about it. I need somebody to interrupt me back because otherwise I'll keep going. But no, I have to say, I do. I think he's better than he gets credit for, and I think while obviously what you pay for them is a factor. I mean, we paid 80 for Harry Maguire. Do you know what I mean? And the poor chap has never heard the end of it. And I mean, what did Liverpool play for Isak? 125, 130, something mental anyway. I mean, let's face it, they're never going to hear the end of that because not only did he go on strike to go there, come in and be terrible, he's now gone and broke his foot and they paid 130 million for him. So like, you're never going to take away the price tag because you can't. It's part of, I think, the background factors, but it's not the point. If the player's playing well, you don't care what the price was. Do you know what I mean? My thing, I knew Flossie would enjoy that. so my thing is, if he's playing well, if he's adding to your team, which he clearly is, if he has the best scoring rate of any Spurs player so far this season, then frankly his price is irrelevant. Because the thing is, he might be, so for each place you are on the table, the higher the spot, the more money you get. Then obviously, if you get into a European competition, you get money for that. So if this player is instrumental in getting you in a higher position, or is instrumental in getting you into a European competition where you get more money, or keeping you in a cup where you get more money, then as far as I'm concerned, they're already paying you back. Do you know what I mean? You're not, it's not just, people see the price tag and they go, oh, well, and to be honest, the price tag of all players as a general rule has gone mental. The inflation of prices being paid for players is insane. So I do think you have to give the context as well. Like when we paid 80 million for Harry Maguire, that was absolutely insane. That'd be the same as paying 125 at the minute. Do you know, when you look at it, because it was so long ago. But I just don't think 65 is kind of 30. Do you know what I mean? If you think back in the day, it sounds like a lot, but in today's money, what the average price is for a player, I don't think it is that much, really.
Well, there was a guy the other day went for 48 million and he scored one goal.
Strand Larsen.
He scored one goal a season. He went for 48 million. I think I'd rather have Solanke at 65.
But that's exactly the point. That is exactly the point. I would love, and maybe somebody's probably done it out there. I'm not minded for this, but I would love to know what the average purchase price for a player in the Premier League is.
It must be about 30, I would say. 30,
I'd say it's gone way up. I would say it's probably more than that, Jimbo. I would say it just has to be mad at the minute. Kate's on the case.
I am. As of 2025, a good standard Premier League player costs roughly, on average, 25 million, with fees significantly higher for elite talent and younger players.
That feels like a lie.
Yeah, it does feel like a lie.
What's the last player that went for 25 million?
Yeah, it's a good point.
I would suggest that's a lie.
Yeah, I would have said
somebody has made that up.
45 maybe, but
do you know what it might be? It could be including the likes of obviously the lower teams, their purchase prices as well, which are going to be drastically lower than what we're buying. You probably need to put parameters like the big top earner. Do you know, you probably need another parameter. I'd say maybe that. I don't believe it's a blip. I definitely don't think it's a blip. I think it's a bit early to say it's a new dawn. I think the results are real. I think the change is real. I need to see it be sustainable, and I need to see that old habits aren't going to creep back in, because as I said, the one thing Amram did was he got rid of the player power and the toxicity. I need to see that's not going to creep back in now that he's gone.
Yeah.
I
think that's fair.
I'm probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, we paid 30 million for Odegaard 2 years ago. We did. Roddy said, cheers for making me feel welcome. Got to go hit a like, people. Big up, Roddy. Good to see you. I was going to say, bugger, I can't remember.
You said City have scored.
Already?
Yes, 1-0. Yeah.
Who scored?
I'm not sure. I looked up and I just saw them all cuddling each other and kissing and touching.
I don't know how Newcastle are with injuries at the minute, because we've got them next Tuesday.
They have a lot of injuries. The last time I had Ash on with me, they had 7 defenders out injured. They have a load. They're actually, for minutes missed by players through injury this season in the Premier League, they're top. They've missed more than like Arsenal and everybody. So I don't think they'll be back. Yeah,
they're top. I knew they were top.
They're top. Their players have missed over 600 minutes through injuries this season. So I don't know who they might have back by the time they play you, but they're definitely not at full strength. He's back.
Dan Burns playing.
He's back with his punctured lung. He's back. He's unbelievable.
He messed up for the goal.
Oh, good. Sorry.
After El cuddled, the camera went straight on him, and he was shaking his head.
He didn't do well in their last match either. But he broke a rib and punctured a lung. There's no way he should be back by now.
No, it does sound that's the sort of thing Tottenham do, is rush them back, and then they end up being out 6 months after that. I ain't going to keep you much longer, Lou. Obviously, the game is 12:30 Saturday. I think it's such a tough one to call. but I am going to ask you what you think the score is going to be and who you think is going to score. It doesn't have to even be the Spurs scores if you don't want to say, but who you think's going to score for your team.
I reckon. Thanks, Destiny. I'll take it. Do you know what it is? It's because I'm not up my own backside.
Exactly.
I reckon, they might not like me after this one, 3-1 United.
Ooh.
I reckon Mbumo 2.
Jimbo kicked you out. Jimbo, stop it.
And I reckon Solanke, if he plays for you guys, will get one. Because I saw both of his goals. Like, you can't take that out of football. They're so good.
So hang on, you said Mbumo to get 2. And
I said Mbumo 2 and Bruno 1.
Oh, Bruno 1. Okay.
So Marva's given Mbumo 1 and Cunha 1.
Right, okay. I'm coming for you, Jimbo. Shall I go with my heart or my head?
Heart. That's what I did. I threw my head in the bin.
Well, in my heart, I'm going for 2-2 then. And I'm going to do Cunha and Bruno for yous. And I'm going to do Solanke and Xavi for us, I think. Destiny saying 2-1 Spurs, Solanke double, or United batter us 3-0. See, it's the whole head and heart thing. If I go with my head, I'm going for a loss. So I'm going to try with my heart and say for a 2-2 draw. Jimbo, how do you see it going? Because we know how positive you are.
I find it very hard really to predict a score, Kate, because we haven't got a clue who's going to be in our team at the minute. Not the foggiest. But I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
Who's scoring for Spurs?
Well, it's Solanke. I'm going to put Solanke, both of them. But it's so hard. I mean, I could look at the team on Saturday and think, there's no way we're going to win this. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest, which I hopefully always am. United are looking good at the minute under Carrick, without any shadow of a doubt. And if we had our full squad, I'd be very, very confident we're going to win it. But
I would as well.
The way we are, I'm not confident. Not just with United, but I'm not confident of any game we're going in with the way we are. We're so depleted, But look, we'd have had a better chance if Carrick weren't there. He has galvanised them. Yeah.
And, I agree. I think if Amram was still there, I would not be predicting a win, even with all your injuries. So I do think that's a factor.
But I'm still going to go 2-1 Spurs. I can't do Spurs to lose.
It all depends as well whether we end up being 90-minute or 45-minute FC again, because it's going to come a time where we go in half-time at 2-0 down and we don't come back, or we play the first 45 minutes like we did against City and someone really does take advantage. Because if it was the old City, we wouldn't have just gone in 2-0 down. We'd have been 4 or 5-0 down because we was abysmal that first half.
I mean, the second half against City, Kate, we just looked absolutely brilliant. The passing, the sharpness, the fighting. If they come out start like that and surprise United, it could be 2-0 before you know it.
Yeah.
But the thing is with United as well, United they don't give up easy, do they? They're not a team.
Not anymore.
No, they're not a team that drop their heads.
We've all said Solanke for you guys, though. Everybody's saying Solanke, so I do wonder if Lady Lay wasn't Sir Jimbo.
That's probably true.
I'm a little bit. I think everybody who watches us knows I'm a little bit despondent with Spurs at the minute. And not only because of all the injuries, but the way the board have acted, the way they've let Frank down. To me, they've set Frank up for the second half of the season not to do well, and maybe they want that. They want us just to survive so they can sack him and bring Poch in. But they haven't helped him in any way whatsoever. And you could say what you like about Frank, right? You don't like the way he plays his football. You don't like the way he sets up. He's really limited on what he can do at the minute. And I think the board really, really let him down. I mean, they could have gone and got some loans. It's all this bullshit about what that Lang was talking about today. I can't have it. They could have got some players in.
Sterling's still available, Jimbo. It's not too late.
Well, they could have got some better players in, right, that they could use in the future by playing over the top like they did for Gallagher, all right, upping the wages of which will make them come. So then we're guaranteed to be safe. And then if they're decent players, a new manager, no matter who it is, can work with them, you know. And they haven't done that. They haven't put their hand in their pocket and backed the manager. And I think that they've let the manager down, they've let the players down, and most of all, they've let the fans down that spend their hard-earned money, right? The fans ain't on 100 to 250 grand a week, right? They're earning, I would say, average 15, 25,000 a year, and they're going to spend their hard-earned money to watch this. So I think they've let the fans down massively.
I agree. And you know what? We didn't do anything. We did absolutely nothing in the January transfer window at all. We didn't get anybody in. If Luke Shaw gets injured, we have no left back at all at Manchester United. But for me, and I see what you're saying there, Jimbo, about, they let the manager down. And I hear a lot of people saying that. But for me, it's not that I disagree with you, because they have. But you're not buying the players for the manager. So obviously we've got an interim manager at the minute. Carrick's not going to be there after the summer, we don't think. So our board is like, well, we're not buying players when we don't even have a manager in place. So similar to your board saying, well, we're not buying players for a manager we don't think is going to be here. But you're not buying the players for the manager. Because if you have a set way of playing, if your club has an identity, you're not buying players for the manager. You're buying the players for the club, for the team. Thanks, Gary.
Not only that, but if your club's got an identity and a plan, like if they know they're getting poached, they know they need attacking players, they know what sort of players they want. This has always been the trouble with Spurs under Renick. Well, particularly since Poch left, we've got no plan. We go from pragmatic manager to attacking manager to pragmatic manager. So none of the players can play because they don't know what system. They get used to one, it gets changed. But like I say, I could rant on and on about Spurs, but I'm not doing that tonight. I've had a bad day, so I refuse to let. It's your fault, Jimbo. You brought this up.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying about the rest of the season. I'm not massively confident. Look, I'm going to put a bit of a bad spin on this, right? Right. If we lose against United and West Ham beat Burnley, right, there's 6 points in it, right? 6 points is not a lot.
No.
So every game we lose, right, but if once behind us win, it puts us in a really, really bad position. So they should have gone out and bought the players to make sure that we don't get in that position. And the way we are, we could lose 3 or 4 games on a row quite easy, with the way the team is. So, and I'm going to say, if Tottenham went down, right, it would be what the board deserved. It would be what they deserve, even though obviously I will be fucking devastated and I probably won't stop crying for a month. But it would be what they deserve. If they went down, it would be their fault.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
And it would be the fans paying the price for them.
Yeah, which
not
is always
doing their jobs. Yeah,
it's always the way. Like when they have these, they do something and they get sent off or they get banned for 3 months. It's the fans that suffer. Mm-hmm. Always the fans that suffer. It's just the way it is.
See you later, Jesse. Lou's coming in for lots of love. Rain is saying such wisdom in such a useful head. I'm in WhatsApp groups with guys 3 times our age who have a tenth of the common sense. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Right. This is why we
My head won't fit through the door after this.
Board Dave says my red and white long johns are for United, not Sunderland, honestly. Look, that we're going to finish it there. We've all got our predictions. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. We'll soon wait and see, and we'll find out. Make sure anyone that's over on Kate and Jimbo that you do go over and sub to Lou's channel. We've got to get her to 500, so share it with everyone because she does speak sense. She's not like me over here and Jimbo that just waffle on about nonsense for most of the time. She actually talks sense.
Depends what day you get me on, Kate.
Lou, what's going on over at Spill the Tea, Lou?
I will be live tomorrow myself at 7:30. I would tell you what I'm talking about, except for I don't know yet. And then on Friday, I will be live. It will be live with Lou and Ash. We'll be talking about the Premier League. We'll be talking about last week's predictions and what we got wrong, which is everything. And we will be doing our predictions for next week as well. And that's always a riot because we never stay on track. So tomorrow 7:30 and Friday, I believe, will be 7:00 because it's normally a long one with me and Ash.
Yeah, Ash, the Newcastle fan, is also good to listen to as well. Lou, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. It really has. We could just chat for hours, but you know, I need my beauty sleep, as you can see.
I'm going to get a Chinese.
Oh, yummy. We had fish and chips tonight. We was naughty.
Oh, nice.
It was nice. Yeah, make sure everyone goes over. We are back Friday with Jess and Chang for our prediction show at 12:30. But yeah, I quite enjoyed doing an evening show, Jimbo. It made a change, didn't it?
I don't know how many's been in. I don't know if it's our regular.
It's varied. We've got a lot watching on X again, which is madness. So big up to the
I love
Xers.
it.
I know. But yeah, Lou, that is true. What Shem says, you are welcome back anytime, and we'll probably get you back, maybe providing Tottenham don't get relegated, when we do our end of season review. Get that back. You're not the rough one, Jess. That's Jim. Jim's the rough one. But yeah, please do. If you want to come over to us, we're here. And like I say, go over to Lou's at Spill the Tea, Lou, especially if you want a football conspiracy theory about Pep Guardiola, because she's got the lot. She has got the lot. Before I go, big thank you to Moondog for the super chat and Paul G for being a member for 21 months. Amazing. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope Newcastle can get, at least get the game to be a little bit more exciting. Might have to borrow Lou for Tottenham till we die. Rain, you just message me and I'm Lou's agent now, so I'll pass it on to Lou and you can sort it out. But look, have a great evening, everyone. Don't forget, Spill the Tea, Lou. Go over and subscribe. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins, back in the onion net, talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.